Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the transit of planet Mercury. Like, I was not planning to upload a video on this topic, but just because someone in the comment section on one of my video write, "Hey Nipun, can you please upload a video on Mercury? I don't know what's going wrong with it." So yes, very rightly said, because Mercury by the time you will receive this video, Mercury would have already transited to the Aries sign. But just because in the next few weeks, it is going to be going through a lot of the turmoils. So on like April 2nd, it is going to be turning retrograde within the Aries in the 2 degrees of the Ashwini Nakshatra only. And from April 2nd till April 24th, it's going to be turning retrograde, staying retrograde. And in the same retrograde motion on April 9th, it will enter back the Pisces sign as well, which is a sign of its debilitation as well. So yes guys, there is a lot of turmoil and anguish which Mercury is right now going through, and knowing that and taking your decision and planning your travels becomes very important, because somehow Mercury has in the past couple of years has actually taken a lot of grip in our daily life. Like whatever you do in terms of posting on social media, while writing your important emails to your bosses, planning any travel, signing any contract, any agreement. So Mercury is very important for all of us. And guys, when we talk about why it becomes very important during this time, because see, in any case, in majority of the countries, like not only they're like those parts of the world where elections are going on and all the politicians are doing heavy campaigning, and just in order to score brownie points over their competitors, some sort of a lot many times we come across very rubbish statements as well. And recently as well, like ever since this very horrible attack happened in Moscow, after that as well, a lot of the like news have been very rife. Is this going to be giving rise to more war front? So a lot many things happening in the world, and whatsoever we are coming across in terms of the information, in terms of the news. So when Mercury tend to remain retrograde, you have to take any of those information with a pinch of salt. Now guys, like the way I was talking about what is happening with Mercury, the so-called title of this video. So because when Mercury is going to be turning retrograde over there as well, lot many people have different philosophies attached to it. People say this thing that retrograde is a time for you to get the job done, all those nitty-gritty and details which were left out. Now you have got a second chance to fix them. But definitely, because Mercury is most of the time it's in a retrograde motion only. And in terms of Mercury's retrograde, what I have personally seen is that if it is in a malefic influence, if it is not dignified in the zodiac sign where it is going to be turning retrograde, then somehow the possibility and tendency of things going out of your control, things going haywire, tend to remain very strong. And we cannot even overlook this fact that once on April 9th, once Mercury is going to be in the same retrograde motion, it is going to enter the Pisces sign. It is not only going to be getting retrograde, it is going to be getting conjunct with Rahu. And guys, on April 24th, when Mars will also enter the Pisces sign. So imagine Mercury is going to be getting hemmed between Mars and the Rahu, which in itself can make lot many people highly strung or not being able to handle or function, perform well in any pressure kind of situation. Rahu's influence is also there, so easily getting misguided, easily getting tempted towards taking wrong action and all. So all the domain of the Mercury needs to be watched, monitored very carefully. So what could be the remedies? So definitely guys, whenever we talk about remedies, very first thing has to be understanding the innate nature of the planet and doing the behavioral remedy. So what could be the behavioral remedy of the Mercury? That in itself means that reach out to people if you are not very sure while taking any important decision. Second thing is that definitely guys, I say this thing that feeding pigeons or like giving money to the eunuchs on Wednesday, along with starting your day with the recitation of the Atharv Sheesh Ganesh Stotra mantra. You can think about doing it, listening to Lord Vishnu Sahasranam, feeding spinach to the cows, and also staying very respectful and getting some gifts. If you have any young kids in your house, and staying respectful towards your sister, towards your maternal and paternal aunts is something which you can consider doing. So yes guys, that was just a basic idea about what exactly is going wrong with this planet of communication. Now we will try to understand that basis all the rising signs in which specific area of your life it is going to be influencing you. So guys, when we talk about the Aries Lagna natives, so definitely guys, I do not have much to say over here. In any case, Mercury is not a very auspicious, favorable planet for you. When we talk about, see, this is the kind of a typical yoga where you will end up getting into fights of no good, legitimate, strong, substantial reason, easily getting provoked or being misguided, doing some wrong actions, signing some wrong, doing something wrong and committing mistakes in the paperwork. So all those things can be foreseen. So yes guys, anything connected with travels, anything connected with signing any important documentation, paperwork, or like even while hanging out with friends or just relying on any reference, committing yourself. So in all these areas, you have to remain very cautious, very careful. Specifically guys, the time when after April 24th, when Mercury is going to be getting hemmed between your ascendant lord and Rahu in the 12th house, that is going to be a very dark zone when you have to be very careful. It can only benefit you if you are professionally operating in the domain of the 12th house. For rest of the people, hidden energies are going to be at its peak. Now guys, when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Mercury has got a rulership over your second house and the fifth house in the transit. It is going to be like starting its journey from your like 12th house. It is going to be entering back your 11th house in a retrograde motion and also getting conjunct with Rahu and the planet Mars over there as well. So yes guys, there's a very strong possibility that under some tremendous pressure, this could be from someone known or some acquaintance as well, chances and tendency of taking some wrong decision. So over there, you have to be very careful. I've been repeatedly saying this thing that all the houses which are getting involved, getting aligned for you, are some of the houses of those people who are very close to you, or where finances are involved, where references are involved. So in all these areas, my recommendation, if you have to take any important decision, do your background check, do your reference check, rather than just relying on the word of someone. That is all what I can say. And yes guys, because coming from the 12th house, crossing the Gandanta zone and then being in the 11th house, so yes, like be very careful for all those proposals or those opportunities which look too good to be true. That is all what I can say. Now guys, when we talk about the Gemini Lagna, definitely guys, it is going to be the transit of your ascendant lord. I've been repeatedly saying this thing. It's not only that Mercury is turning retrograde or debilitated, it's just like that the influence of the planet, it is going to be coming in contact with Rahu, Mars, all the planets which are not very favorable for Mercury. So that in itself means nervous system, paperwork, documentation, travels, your skin. So be very cautious and careful in all these areas and departments. Specifically guys, because in your case, all that is going to be taking place in your 10th house. So suddenly work pressure could be very high. Like a lot many people will be surmounted by the overwhelming pressure coming in from their bosses, coming in from their line of work. So over there, how you multitask, how you manage, all of that becomes very important. Also guys, because of the influence of Rahu and Mars, so there's still a little bit a possibility of some sort of blame games, like you did your job well, but just because someone else pin some fault of negligence or something over to you. So be very careful in, like, my recommendation in lot many cases where there is a very fast paced work environment. So if you have doubt about someone, always take the instruction documented over the email and all. So all of that, this is the right way of executing your job when your ascendant lord is going to be hovering from 11th house, 10th house and under some sort of malefic influence. Now guys, when we talk about the Cancer Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Mercury has got a rulership over your 11th house and the 12th house, and in the transit, it is going to be transiting from your 10th house, entering your 9th house and coming in the influence of initially with Rahu over there. Then Mars is going to be from April 24th, it is going to be entering the 9th house over there. So guys, my very first recommendation for the Cancer Lagna native is that definitely guys, any of the paperwork, important documentation, immigration related concerns, travel and all. So in all these areas, caution, care, proper attention given to the documentation, details and all needed to be followed. Like a lot many times I also come across like people who like book their tickets or plan their travel long in advance, and at the last minute some problem happened, something turned up. So all these could be the probable circumstances which you might have to suddenly deal with. Second thing is that guys, like the way I've been saying this thing, because Mercury in your case has got a rulership over your third house as well. So documentation, paperwork and all of that we generally see from the third house. Along with that, the support we get from the friends and all. And I've been repeatedly saying this thing that because Mercury in your case has got a rulership over the 12th house as well. So this is also a typical combination of misguided, wrong advice, or being manipulated and all. So my recommendation is that if you have to do or get into any new alliance or initiate something, head start something, so like do your check properly. That is all what I can say. Along with that guys, because Mercury is going to be coming under the pressure of the Mars and Rahu in the 9th house as well. So specifically for all those people who are right now pursuing any higher studies and all, or during this time only, like you are trying to settle down in a new place and all, so there will be some sort of pressure which you might have to deal with. This could be pressure from the peers, from the friends, from the colleagues and all. So high pressure is something which can be foreseen for the Cancer Lagna natives, and definitely if in any capacity you are operating in the domain of the third house, like where we talk about like sales, media, marketing, commissioning work and all. So my recommendation is that during this time there will be high pressure, but the good part is that guys, whenever planets are transiting from the 9th house, and during that time if you perform any remedy, those remedies work very beautifully. So all the remedies which I just mentioned, this could be as simple as feeding spinach to the cows, or starting a day with the Atharvashish Ganesh Stotra, listening to Lord Vishnu's Sahasranam, or giving some chocolates and all to your sister and all. So all these could be the recommended remedies for the Cancer Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case Mercury is a very important planet which has got a ownership over all the important houses of your finances, opportunities and all. Now guys, as you can see over here, that Mercury in the transit is going to be turning retrograde, and starting its journey from your 9th house, it is going to be entering your 8th house as well. And in this month, the month of April only, it is going to be coming in contact with Mars. Rahu is already going to be there. So high pressure is going in the domain of the 8th house. This is a typical yoga where we see that you do not wanted to take that important financial step, but you just succumbed or surrendered to the pressure. This could be family pressure, this could be pressure from the reference, from the friends. So what is recommended for the Leo Lagna native is that if something does not look very good, or where your gut feel is not allowing you, so do not give your nod in those financial deals. That is the one thing which I want to say. Second thing is that definitely guys, it hardly matters that in which department domain you are operating, and it is getting applicable in your case. See, for research, exploration and analysis and all, the entry of Mercury in a retrograde being conjunct with Rahu could be beneficial for those people. But when I say that any of the financial investment and spending during this time, you have to do that very carefully. Now guys, when we talk about the Virgo Lagna natives, definitely guys, it is going to be the transit of your ascendant lord and the 10th house lord, and now it is going to be starting its journey from the 8th house. It is going to be entering the 7th house on April 9th. It is going to be staying retrograde till April 24th. So yes guys, it's a typical yoga that in your line of work or like with your business partners and all, there could be some last minute confusion, misunderstanding, some flaws in doing the documentation, paperwork and all. So you have to be very careful over there. Second thing is that partner could be suddenly very demanding, or there could be some sort of misunderstanding with your partner within the matrimonial bond as well, with your spouse and all. And also guys, for all those people who are in any public speaking role and all, so 7th house just tells about our public encounters as well. So my recommendation is that during this time, the way you will be presenting yourself, your speech and public speaking needs to be monitored very carefully. One slip of tongue could straight away embroil you into some sort of deep-ended controversy. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Mercury has got a rulership over your 9th house and the 12th house, and in the transit, it is going to be starting its retrograde journey from your 7th house, and now it is going to be transiting in your 6th house, getting conjunct with Rahu, and then later on getting conjunct with and hemmed with the presence of the Mars over there as well. So yes guys, as much as this transit could be good for you for doing a job with complete sincerity and all, but do not expect the sudden like reward of all the hard work which you will be doing. Also guys, during this time, lot many people have to put additional hours. Like here I'm not only talking about the productive hours, here I'm talking about something went wrong, then you have to fix it again, or at last minute someone back off, and then the pressure of that job responsibility also came on towards you, onto your shoulder. So this is how, like, work getting extended, or some back and forth at the last minute, 11th hour. So that is how pressure is going to be getting mounted for the Libra Lagna natives. Also guys, the good part is that, see, because in your case, Mercury is the auspicious planet for you. So for doing remedies for the planet Mercury, like Ganesh, Atharv, Shesh, Stotra, Lord Vishnu, Sahasranam and all, generally reap some good results. And also the charities and donations connected with Mercury will be very recommended for the Libra Lagna natives. And yes guys, because the way the whole alignment is getting formed, if you have to undertake any travel, so do that very carefully, because travels or documentation and all form of communication needs to be done in a very immaculate way, leaving no space for any controversy or any fault finding or nitpicking. Now guys, when we talk about the Scorpio Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Mercury, although is not a very favorable planet for you, but just because it has got a rulership over your 11th house as well, your 8th house as well, and starting its journey from your 6th house, it is going to be turning retrograde on April 2nd, entering back your 5th house on April 9th as well. So yes guys, this whole journey of Mercury from your like 6th house and turning to your 5th house, and that is going to be the same time when it is going to be getting conjunct with your ascendant Lord Mars as well on April 24th. So yes guys, a lot is happening in the domain of the Mercury. So that in itself means 5th house is the house of our speculative interest, and the planet Mercury represents that, and it has got a rulership of the houses where it is making you very vulnerable, like, you know, and because of the pressure of the Mars coming in, Rahu coming in, so driven by illusion, some dreamy planning, unrealistic goals and plannings, and under the pressure of someone taking wrong steps. This is that sort of yoga which is getting formed for the Scorpio Lagna natives. So the remedy for you is that, or the cautionary advice for you guys is that, if something is not feeling good to you, do not commit to that under some pressure. If something does not feel very good to you and you are not very sure, so reach out to the expert people before giving your nod in any matters of the 5th house. This could be your education, this could be investment, this could be some misunderstanding with your partner. So in all these avenues, the role which Mercury is playing for you, it is definitely making you a little bit vulnerable and sensitive. So thought process, and specifically all those engagements and dealings where references, word of mouth is involved. So do not blindly commit yourself in all those kind of references. Do your background check properly. Now guys, when we talk about the Sagittarius Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Mercury has got a rulership over your 7th house and the 10th house. In the transit, it is going to be turning retrograde on April 2nd, and on April 9th, it is going to be entering back your 4th house. So yes guys, pertaining to the matters of your domestic life, there's a lot of energy which you have to deal with. So the pressure for the Sagittarius Lagna native will come from both ways, from your partner and from the work as well. It's just like that Mercury's like conjunction with Rahu, and on April 24th conjunction with Mars is making this energy of Mercury more vulnerable for you. So do not be surprised if suddenly your partner is acting a little bit whimsical, unpredictable, or like at home front, whatever things, and the way you want to manage things, everything is going out of the control. The way you handle your this could be servants, this could be the local fixing of the problems which generally come in every household, or the terms within the family members and all. So some sort of misunderstanding, unpredictable, capricious behavior by family members towards each other. This is how energy is going to be getting generated for the Sagittarius Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Mercury is a very auspicious, favorable planet, having a rulership over the 6th house and the 9th house. And in the transit, it is going to be starting its retrograde journey on April 2nd from your 4th house, and getting conjunct with Rahu in the 3rd, and then later on getting conjunct with Mars in the 3rd house. So yes guys, for the Capricorn Lagna natives, it becomes very important that it's like for any documentation, signing contract and all, any paperwork needs to be done very carefully. Do not reach out or rely blindly on the support of the people around you, because you are on a high vulnerable zone, that whatever job has been assigned to you, the more you are going to be self-reliant, the better it is going to be for you, the better it will work out for you. And also guys, because let's say for example, if you have to push too many buttons, make too many calls just to get any regular thing get started. 3rd house is something from where we see all the initiatives and all, and the way our mind function and all. So like your how opportunistic or quick you are in order to manage, execute or multitask things and all. So because the way Rahu, Mars and Mercury in a retrograde mode, so all of that is making little bit vulnerable, that yes, the kind of pace which you were expecting while undertaking any responsibility, the actual execution might take some extended hours, going back and forth, additional phone calls. So be prepared for that, and do any documentation, sign any document very carefully. Now guys, when we talk about the Aquarius Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Mercury has got a rulership over your 5th house and the 8th house, and in the transit, it is going to be starting its retrograde journey from your 3rd house on April 2nd, and on April 9th, it is going to be entering your 2nd house, getting conjunct with Rahu over there, and then your 10th house lord planet Mars over there as well. So yes guys, I would say this thing, that lot many Aquarius Lagna native will feel the pressure. This could be in the matters of their finances, or this could be the immediate family. So additional accountability, responsibility in order to keep everyone in the family happy. And also guys, the financial, like in terms of the financial decision making and all, if during this time only, this is how the yogas are getting formed. So 10th house lord is the Mars. It will keep poking pressure on you in the 2nd house, that I'm not getting well paid, I'm not being well paid by my clients and all. And with this affliction to Mercury and the influence of Rahu, taking some wrong decisions. I have come across lot many people, I do not say I came across, like I was one of them, like leaving the job before getting another job in the hand, and then staying out of the job, in between job for months of time. So do not commit those kind of mistakes, because possibility and yoga is getting aligned in the similar direction as well. And also guys, be very careful around the slip of tongue. Any wrong word, wrong statement given by you at sensitive hour, sensitive time might embroil you in problem. Now guys, and lastly, when we talk about the Pisces Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, as you can see that Mercury has got a rulership over your 4th house and the 7th house, and in the transit, it is going to be starting its retrograde journey from your 2nd house, and on April 9th, it is going to be entering the 1st house, being in a retrograde motion, getting conjunct with Rahu, and later on April 24th, getting conjunct with the Mars over there as well. So yes guys, just because planet is there in your 1st house, it is your 4th house and the 7th house lord as well. So my recommendation to the Pisces Lagna native is that during this time, the family answerability, responsibilities could suddenly go very high, because Mercury is afflicted in your 1st house. So strong possibility of, it's not because of your own negligence, it's because mounting pressure might lead you towards signing some wrong paper, or allocating wrong responsibility to wrong people, misaligned execution of the work, and also slip of tongue as well. So this is how the vulnerability is getting generated for the Pisces Lagna natives. Along with all of this guys, Mercury in itself represents our nervous system, it represents travels, our skin. So if you're already having some issue in all these departments, so be additionally careful. Also guys, because Mercury has got a ownership over your important houses of domestic family life and your matrimonial life as well. And the planet of that is turning retrograde in the 1st house. So yes, I'm very much sure that Pisces Lagna natives are actually going to find it a little bit difficult to multitask and manage multiple things simultaneously at the same time. So how you allocate time to different things, different priorities, that is going to be the need of the hour. And also guys, for any public speaking sphere and all, be very cautious, very careful. This is a typical time when any slip of tongue, this could be because of the affliction to Mercury, influence of Rahu, then the pressure from the Mars will also start coming in, that you have to be accountable for your words, for your decision. So overall, in a nutshell, recitation of the Ganesh Atharv Sheesh Stotra, Lord Vishnu Sahasranam can be considered for the Pisces Lagna natives. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.